Well, this picture shocked a lot of people, didn't it? Oh yes, this picture, which managed to make sure that it lumbered upon the front headline newspapers over here in the United Kingdom and naturally reverberating around the world. Apparently this was a meeting of two minds to see exactly where the royal, well, shall we say, fallout, the olive branch now lays. Anybody else fed up and sick to the back teeth of the endless olive branches? I know I am. But what is the true story behind this particular picture? As ever, let me explain. Morning chums, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. And by the way, lovely comments regarding my visit to the Bradford Police Museum. Can't recommend it enough. It was just a fascinating insight into, the things that we remember. And really, when you think of it, how policing has become a lot more flatlined, as it were. Do you remember programs like Juliet Bravo and of course Dixon of Dock Green, all of those? The policemen were revered, you were frightened of them. Seemingly now they're almost your chums doing dances in the streets. It's all become a little bit too flatline, hasn't it? But as ever, love to hear your thoughts and your comments, and as ever also it's free and available for those that still want to enjoy it at no extra cost. Everything's free on this channel, let me remind you. Well, you know me, I'm too tight, I wouldn't want you to pay. Absolutely. Isn't this a beautiful view, by the way? This is an English cricket match currently taking place, and it's just nice. As I said to you before, what I like about things like this is it says summer, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Have you got your tea out? Well, are we breaking for tea? That's what happens in cricket, isn't it? Let's get back to your royal story of the day. Oh, don't be worried. So it's good to be daft, as I say. The air out here is beautiful also, let me tell you that. Now, this picture, of course, created a lot of interest, and a lot of you have already been in touch asking me, Neil, what is the background to this? As we know, or maybe you don't know, this is a meeting of two senior aides from King Charles's side alongside, and I love this, don't you, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's head of communications. This is the woman apparently that's going to put the Sussexes back on the map, that you like them, you want to be friends with them, and more importantly, you just adore them. You get the picture. Do we? Right. Well, this is a tough job for anybody, as many people understand. So the story behind this picture that I can tell you so far is quite simply this. This is a complete setup, right? Now, the two people in the picture that are, of course, the associates of His Majesty the King, they know what's going on. They 100% know that this is exactly what the paparazzi wanted to do, was to get this picture to say secret meeting. First and foremost, who has a secret meeting outside? Right? Who has a secret meeting with the person going to the meeting climbing out the black cab and all that? Everything is set up, it's paid. There's going to be, and as ever I have to say allegedly, there's going to be a huge pay deal behind this particular thing. Now, why do they allow this to happen? Well, on the side of Harry and Meghan, this proves the documentation that they tried, they wanted to get a meeting, all of that sort of stuff, right? That's really where this comes from. Now, what I can tell you is this, it's not about a reconnection and, trying to capitalize on the situation with His Majesty the King. Harry basically, and this is the reason why I've been told, is looking to, shall we say, open trapped funds over here in the United Kingdom. He does have many investments that were put together for him by various members of his family, including his late mother, Princess Diana, and of course Queen Mother, Queen Elizabeth. So there are things that he could be doing. Now, why would you send the communications officer? Well, as I said, there's 2 points. Harry's now trapped himself. He can't come back over here because he's claimed it's too dangerous even for him. So he has to come in with that sort of showboating, here's my assistant to talk to your people. These people, of course, will then report back to His Majesty the King. He can't do anything about trust funds, etc., because money is attached at certain points. You get the picture. Now, moving forward, this is where this gets really interesting, in my opinion, because of course this now documented. If this doesn't come off and Harry can't get that money, well, then problems afoot, because then obviously they're going to do something. And as I've told you before, this is where the monarchy gets nervous, because what they've seen is each time that they want to raise funds, they have to start to attack the family. And King Charles, obviously with delicate health, doesn't want that, as you can imagine. And this is the reason why it's basically documented. There are other connotations attached to the picture, of which I will let you know in due course once I've thoroughly researched it. But right now, the deal is this, that Harry desperately wants to get access to certain investments that he's had previously. And as I said, she will never come back and he can't come back together. All this speculation about how they want to return to the fold. The problem that you've got with His Majesty the King is truly this. You know, he's made some huge mistakes over the last couple of months, possibly no more bigger than having to knight this particular individual, the current Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. And as I've told you before, it's not up to His Majesty the King, it's up to the government. They propose these, and really he's in a bit of a corner, so you can't attack him on that level. On a family level, you can understand why he's doing two sides. But right now, Harry and Meghan are looking, shall we say, I love that modern phrase, don't you, chums, to release funds. Looking for money. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.